Good evening. Ira Epstein with your metal market wrap-up, and this wrap-up is for the evening of Thursday, and we're here at the 6th of June. It's D-Day, 2024, 6:10 p.m. Central Time. Thank you, all the allies that fought in the war and kept us as free people. It's basically what you have to say. I saw that, 11 Americans went, average age 100. Amazing. We're not going to have these people around. I remember growing up as a kid because at that point I would have been about 10 years old that I remember. And so many veterans, and I'd ask questions, and so many people hurt. And one of my father's friends got hit by a machine gun. His arm was all mangled. He kept it. But you just remember these things, and you grow up with it. Interesting. All right. And thank them. I mean that. So as we look at the markets, the stock market up a little bit right now. Metal markets, was that the end of the break? Is maybe something we have to ask ourselves. It's very possible. Now, tomorrow we get some important data. It'll be market moving possibly. We're going to get the non-farm payrolls coming out at 7:30. Now, let me tell you what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a spread on the surveys between 175,000 to 190,000 new jobs. I'm seeing whisper, you hear that? Whisper numbers of 158,000. And then when you look at the two banks that are still saying July is in play, which are Citi and Morgan, you are seeing that they are saying, I'm going from my mind here, 140 to 150,000 jobs. Everything is centering around a 3.9% unemployment rate and about a 0.3% wage increase. So that is where the market is on that. And that'll be the market moving event. We get April wholesale inventories and sales data Friday, and the Federal Reserve will come out with their April consumer credit at the end of the day. So we know that today the European Central Bank joined in, and they too have cut rates. Now, I was hoping, and I have mentioned this every day, would we get an answer by now the Bank of Canada and the European Central Bank in cutting rates? Should you be long currencies against the dollar or long the dollar short the currencies? No answer out of it. The market's just flattened out. One currency went bonkers after 2 o'clock this afternoon. The peso sharply lower, and I'll talk about that in the financial market update. All right. So when we look at the gold market, I know it doesn't feel like it. It doesn't to me. Yet the market's up 2% for the week. When we take a look at the charts, if you take away the past 48 hours of trade right here, this is what you were looking like. Now, if you start getting over these highs, and I mentioned this yesterday in this video, you end the decline phase, and I'll show you that in a minute, and the market got up, and this is where you're at. And why I say that is now you've broken the pattern. You had lower highs, lower lows. By coming up as we did today through these highs, you negate that. So I say that this wave to the downside ended. Doesn't mean another one can't start, but that one's over. Now the question is, where are you? Well, when you look at moving averages, you closed back over the 18-day average, so that automatically tells me the bias is up. And now the market is saying the battleground could be 2390. So this market's not doing that bad. When we look at Bollinger Bands, if you were to get a big run to the upside, 2458, a possible target. On the downside, had it continued, I would have looked for 2322. For the moment, I've taken that out. Could it still happen? Of course. What if you had 225,000 jobs come in? What does that do for the market? I'm just making this up. Don't know. All right. So I want to see that number before I go sticking my neck out. The market was oversold. Now momentum's up, bias is up. When we look at the gold silver ratio, I looked for the silver to come back, hit that 18-day average and fight a battle. I think you're in the middle of that right now. I don't say it's won or lost yet. I'd like to see through tomorrow's data to give you an answer on the jobs report. When we look at the silver, as I have been saying, June's often a weak month for this market. The bigger picture is lower highs. But with the rally today, let's walk back this chart. This too ended its downtrend. You had the lower highs, lower lows. You were under the 18-day average. Momentum was down. If the rally continued, you had a possibility of one of the numbers being 2808. There was a window envelope number in there that was different than that. Doesn't matter. What the market did today is it negated the downtrend, and now you've got a higher high and a lower low. In other words, the market neutralized itself going into the report tomorrow. In the copper market, same thing. This doesn't mean you can't go lower. Unlike the silver and gold, you've stayed under the 18-day average. So the 480 level is going to be problematic for the market. In the platinum market, you are at the higher high, lower low pattern, and you hit the lower Bollinger Band. This became the weakest market when it lost its bullish embedded reading and it fell back. It has still not got a play. So copper and platinum still the weakest of the two. Gold and silver back over their 18-day average of closes. And hard to tell what the dollar is going to do here. It is in a downtrend. It is fighting at the 100-day average in the Bollinger Band for support. Then you have the 103.84 level, which is the 200-day average. You get under all that, and I guess we could say that the cutting of interest rates by other currencies, their central banks, did one thing. It made the dollar weaker on a relative basis, and their currencies then stronger. We'll see if that's the case, but that's what the chart action is leading to right now. You need to get a reversal and back over 104.51 to negate that type of thinking. So tomorrow, I can't begin to tell you how important the reaction to the jobs report just might be. I think it's very, very important. I want to remind all of you that we have our Trading View indicator. Now, a lot of you use that charting service, and I think you'll find that interesting. You can get also our special reports and other parts if you get to our handheld applications and so on. So my complete futures research, I'm talking about a lot of things right here, but I know that we were talking Trading View this morning. People called me about it, and we'll talk about that. But we've got my daily written commentaries. This is not part of Trading View. This is my research. Twice a day. On the weekends, I put out a commentary Sunday night for all my people. I'm telling them where to buy, where to sell, when to do nothing, keep your hands in your pocket, which has been most of this week for a guy like me. I don't mind telling you that. Then we talk the charts in the morning. Then we cover all these different markets. And I know a lot of you see I don't cover the grains here. I cover them and the livestock markets in detail in my morning subscriber video. So if you'd like to get all this, want to work with us on it, it's simple. If you haven't had a free trial, go IraEpstein.com. It's that simple. And when you go to the website, go to the free offer area, you get all that you see here, and you can try it that way. That's one of the ways. If you've had the free trial and you say, it's time to try this, go to IraEpstein.com research, move your cursor to the top, and give it a click. I'm Ira. You have yourself a good day. I'll catch you tomorrow. I'll try to put out a bit on the earlier side around 8 a.m., or if not earlier, what the reaction to the U.S. jobs report is. You take care.